Hi everyone, welcome to Franka's Fab Family. I am Franka.
And I'm Aniya.
And today we are making for you
a small batch of green gold,
or green Caribbean seasoning. Let's get started.
These are all the ingredients that you will need for a small batch of green seasoning. First you will need 3 yellow onions, 1 white onion, and 1 red onion. 1 cluster of ginger about the size of your hand. 2 jalapeno peppers. We also have 1 pack of celery, 1 pack of rosemary, and 1 pack of dill.
I wanted all of you to see what I mean by when I say 1 bushel of a particular item. 1 bushel is exactly how the supermarket packages it out. So this is 1 bushel of curly parsley. This is 1 bushel of plain parsley, and this is 1 bushel of cilantro. I personally love cilantro, so I would normally have at least 2 to 4 or maybe even sometimes 6 bushels of cilantro in my larger batch. So if you really don't like the flavor of parsley, you can substitute it with more cilantro, or you can substitute it with another green that you like fennel. I find that when you have at least 3 different flavors like this, it creates a much better seasoning base. I also like to add 1 pack of green onions. You can add scallions or green onions. Just it adds another flavor dimension. Additionally, you can shell the garlic, or you can buy the garlic that's already peeled and is fresh. So just to save time, this again is a smaller batch. I will buy a pack of garlic that's already peeled. This is 6 ounces for this small batch, and a whole pack of sweet bell peppers. If you don't have this small pack in your supermarket, just buy 1 large of each of the colors, and then that will do.
For the dry seasonings, we have 1 tablespoon of turmeric, 2 tablespoons of adobo, 2 tablespoons of paprika, 2 tablespoons of chili flakes, and 2 tablespoons of black pepper.
Now that we've taken everything out of the packages, I've washed all the herbs, I've split the peppers, taken the seeds out, cleaned the insides out, cut them down the middle. The garlic side, I just throw some water over them. The onions we will cut later on, because you don't want to talk when you're cutting the onions. That's a tip again, because it will make you cry. So once you're cutting up lots of onions, you don't speak. You just cut the onions and then put it in the bowl. And then the green herbs, now I've already washed them. I cut off the celery end if you see any limp pieces, because those will go bad, and then they will allow the life of your green seasoning to decrease. So make sure you take away any dead leaves or anything like that. And for the green herbs, I always make sure that I cut the stems, give it a brand new cut so it's fresh. For the ginger, I just do a rough scrape with a spoon, getting off as much as I can possibly get off. This time around, the ginger head was very small, but sometimes you will get big chunky ginger and you can get off as much, but this is fine. It'll all blend away, and it's all vitamins and nutrients. Let's get started, Aniya. Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Remember, these knives are sharp, so we're going to be careful. Let's take 1 orange pepper. Right?
Yes.
We're going to slice down the middle first. Then we're going to turn it. And depending on the size, we're going to cut it again 2 times this time and make cubes. Good girl. Excellent. We're going to push that over to the side. And we're going to do that to all the peppers. When you're dealing with small children, I recommend that you deal with the hot peppers yourself. In this case, I only have jalapeno peppers, just because the supermarket didn't have a good selection of the other hot peppers that I really enjoy. So I'll add those later when I go someplace else. But when you're dealing with hot peppers and children, please do the hot peppers yourself, because as much as you tell the children, don't touch your eyes or don't put it in your mouth, unfortunately, sometimes they tend to touch parts of their body that they're not supposed to. So if you're dealing with hot peppers, please do all the hot peppers yourself. It'll save you and the child a lot of grief. Right, Aniya?
Yes.
So I will do all of the jalapeno peppers this time. So let's chop up all. Good girl, Aniya. We'll put them all in a bowl and get them out of the way for the next item. We don't have to cut the garlic, so that could just go in there. That's ready for blend. That's blend size already. Okay, here's a very great cost-saving measure. These are green onions, right? And I chop off, normally leaving about 1.5 inches, 2 inches. And then I place it in a bowl of water. You actually will get 2 more servings of green onions. By tomorrow, these will start to sprout. In 3 or 4 days, you will have another whole set of green onions. I do have some planted in my back patio, and I cut from them every now and again. So green onions, shallots, those type of things that have this onion base, even sometimes the garlic, you can just stick them in some water and they will sprout, and you can actually just cut off new sprigs and use it that way. So now we're gonna chop up the green onions. Ready, Aniya?
Yes.
Great job, Aniya.
Thank you.
Okay, with the rosemary have a very thick stalk in the middle. We don't want to blend that. It will come through in the seasoning. It won't blend fine, so we don't put that. So we don't need the knives, Aniya. So what we're going to do is peel off all the leaves off of that middle branch. Okay, and now we blend. We add a little bit of olive oil, about 2 tablespoons. And some water. So the blender will get some juice to go. I want to take this time to thank my mother for this wonderful Ninja. This was a Christmas present. I mean, it's night and day when you have the proper tools. Great job, Aniya. We finished blending
the green gold.
the green gold. This looks like a small batch to you?
No.
That's what she said to me when we were blending. She said, Mommy, I thought we were doing a small batch, but I want to make a comparison. Normally, this bowl that could actually fit over this one is what I would make for the house. So if this still seems like a batch that's too big for your household, what you can do is take this recipe and chop it in half. So instead of using 5 onions, you can use 3 onions, 2.5 onions. You can use a half of red onion, a half of white onion, 1 yellow onion. Then the bushels of the herbs, you can actually split that apart and use half, and then, you know, cook with the other half while you're cooking. But this is what it yields. It is a smaller batch. I think it's the smallest batch that I have ever made. But if it's still too big for your house, just split everything in half again. And again, use the herbs and flavors that you like. Are you ready to add the dry seasoning, love?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Great job, Aniya.
Thank you.
If you stayed with us this long, we want to thank you for watching this video with us while we made a small batch of
green gold.
Green gold. Again, if this batch was still too big for your household, you can just split everything in half, but make sure that you still have a variety of herbs and spices. That's what makes this green gold so fantastic. I actually had 14 different herbs and onions in those things, and then 5 different dry spices. So in total, I had 19 different flavors. If you really ever taste any of my cooking, or if you make this yourself, you will see that it adds just a set of layers to this green gold. I am Franka.
And I'm Aniya.
I want to invite you to subscribe to our channel.
And like
our channel, and what else?
And hit the notification button.
And hit the notification button. We have a whole lot of videos coming on board for you. We are baking more. The children will be cooking on their own more. And we have a lot of household like tips and tricks and stuff to make life a whole lot easier for our family. Have a good day.
Bye.